That must be Alice. It's gotta be. We can kind of see her horns there. What's up, guys? Marcy here, and welcome back to the BATIM Chapter 3 reveal trailer. We're hitting this back again today, guys, because it deserves it, man. And there was plenty of things that we missed that I really do want to discuss and theorize with you guys today. If you haven't seen the initial reaction trailer we did a couple of days ago when this trailer first got hit up, check that out. Highly recommend it. Links in the description down below. The hype is still real, guys. The hype is still real. So we're going to get into this here. It's not going to be like a top 10 things we missed or anything. We're just going to go through it as we go and talk about the things that we initially missed. So let's go through it here. Of course, the Meatly Games, absolute legend. Alright, so the third thing I want to talk about here is good old Joey Drew Studios presents Tombstone Picnic. But initially, in the last couple of chapters, we thought, if you guys actually looked at the posters scattered around the establishment, that Silly Vision was the one that presented these cartoons. So I'm finding it kind of weird how this cartoon in particular is saying that it was presented by Joey Drew Studios. Is it because it's an older cartoon? Did he eventually grow bigger as a company and expand and gain more partnerships and get more people to help them present their cartoons? I really don't know. Just a little thought there that I was actually thinking about while inspecting this little beginning title card thing here. Also, it says, which is a little minor thing, a Bendy cartoon. So to me that signifies that this company, Joey Drew Studios, whatever, also did like a Boris cartoon, an Alice Angel cartoon, just like with old school Disney where you see Donald Duck as the main character, he'd be the main star of a certain cartoon, and Goofy, there's loads of Goofy ones, and even Minnie Mouse ones, etc, etc, even with Looney Tunes, we saw Daffy Duck, yada yada yada, you guys know what I'm on about here. So I thought that was cool there, and it says written and directed by Joey Drew, no mention of anyone else. Like, not even Henry. I'm not quite sure when Henry did work there, but we know as of the time of whenever the heck that is, of Bendy and the Ink Machine, Henry did work there 30 years ago. So I don't know how old this cartoon was. Was it 50 years ago? Was it 40 years ago? Who the heck knows, guys? Who the heck knows? So we're going to continue on here. For some reason, I didn't quite catch this while I was reacting to this, but I thought Bendy interrupted Boris eating his picnic, but no. Bendy's the one with the picnic, and then when the skeleton grabs him, as you see there, his picnic gets flung towards Boris, and that's when you see Boris eating Bendy's picnic. Now I feel even more sorry for him, because I didn't really feel sorry for him at first. I thought, why are you bothering our boy Boris, Bendy? But no, it was Boris bothering Bendy. All those bees, guys, dang it. Alright, so Bendy wants a fight. But yeah, not really much else to talk about here. I mean, it seems like Boris and Bendy aren't really much of pals. They seem more like rivals, or they just generally don't really like each other, it seems, because definitely of the way Boris reacts. I mean, once Bendy, pulls his little prank on Boris here, he seems to get overly frustrated with him, although it was actually Bendy's picnic. I don't know, guys. Seems like some sort of rivalry, or they just don't like each other here or something. And then Boris has that ultimate ship with that sandwich. A ship you just can't ruin, guys. Just let it sail. This is very interesting, and I have a little theory about this. It sounds wacky, guys, but yeah, I already kind of said in my initial reaction video that I think that silhouette may be Joey Drew. We haven't heard hardly anything about the man himself, Joey Drew, but I generally think that silhouette could be Joey Drew, and he literally inserted himself into this cartoon. He literally interrupted this cartoon. I think this cartoon, if it was when it was originally aired, would have played out a lot longer, because I think on average these cartoons were like 5 to 10 minutes anyway, so without Joey Drew's interruption, or whoever it was, this cartoon would have played out a lot longer. So he literally inserted himself in, as I said, and he stops the whole cartoon. He probably grabs Bendy or something. And what's also interesting about Bendy here is the fact that he smiles at him. Let's go back here. He actually smiles at the figure here, who I think to be Joey Drew. It seems to me that Bendy knows who that is too. Like, he actually trusts the character. Just going to pause it here for a second, guys, so I do want to talk more about the gameplay. But it does seem like he trusts whoever that is. Again, like I said, I think being Joey Drew. Like, he knows his creator as well, if it is Joey Drew, which is the weird part. But we're going to leave that down to speculation, guys. You can, add more to that conversation in the comments section down below. There's a lot more to talk about in this gameplay section here. So, straight in, pausing it yet again. Loads of bacon soup there, scattered everywhere. I'm thinking Bacon Suit will play a bigger part than it did in the first and second chapter. It does actually heal your health. And because I'm definitely sure this is the chase scene, which will probably happen in the middle or the end of chapter 3, we're probably going to need to pick them up as we go, especially if we're getting hurt, which I assume by Bendy, the ink demon, which is chasing us from behind, guys. So we're definitely going to be needing to pick those up, eating those bad boys up, no matter how old they are, no matter how much mold is in the tins. We're going to eat them and drink them up, boys, because bacon soup, man. You can't deny bacon soup no matter how old it is, especially with Bendy boy on the cover, dang it. Alright, so yeah, I think it will play a bigger part here. It does seem like we're going to have so much more dangerous parts to be had in chapter 3, like loads more enemy encounters, and as I just said here, there's going to be a chase scene, so we're going to need to eat up all the bacon soups here and just regain all the health, yada yada. So let's continue on here, and the part that I've been racking my brain over, man. This part, we turn to the right. I went on about this in my reaction too. When we turn to the right, we see 2 figures. That's 4. 2 figures, dang it. 2 figures, not 4, 2 figures. Right here. And what I've also noticed is that the Meatly, whoever made this trailer, purposely have blurred sections of this part. They do not want us to completely see who's being chased, who's running here. They don't. So we're going to go frame by frame. This is so important. We're going to zoom into. We're going to zoom right in here. Okay, so we're going to start from the beginning. There is a first figure here. So here's our first figure. I believe, I'm about 90% sure, that's Bendy? But the thing is, the other 10% makes me think that it can't be Bendy because we have the Bendy ink demon chasing us, unless they are 2 separate versions. As wacky as that sounds, there could be 2 separate Bendys. A good Bendy and the evil Bendy, being the ink machine Bendy that chases us in the chapter 1 and chapter 2. I'm not completely sure though, but I think that's Bendy. It could be the ink demon Bendy, but then he grows bigger somehow by eventually gaining more ink. I don't know, guys. Again, it sounds wacky. This is what this video is all about. It's just fun. It's gonna sound wacky. We're just theorizing here, having a good time. As dumb as it all sounds, it's just for fun here. We're just speculating, again, having a good time. So if you don't agree with me, that is honestly completely okay, because it does sound silly, some of it. So I do think it's Bendy though. Ink Bendy, good Bendy, whatever you want to call it. I generally think this thing's Bendy. A lot of you in the comments section, because I did read a lot of your guys' theories and comments in the last reaction video, said it could be the Searchers, evolved version of the Searchers, or just completely different ink monsters. But I don't think so. I honestly think it's Bendy, but he doesn't have a tail. We don't see him have a tail in any of the cardboard cutouts, any of the posters. And in that introduction cartoon, he did not have a tail either. So that's the only part that's swaying me off here. That's the 10% swaying me off, guys. That weird tail thing here. Let's go on here. The second figure. That second figure, though. Like, come on. That's Alice? I've come to the conclusion that that may be Alice. And a lot of you agreed with me in, again, the reaction video we did a couple of days ago. It doesn't look like Boris because there's no snout. There's absolutely no elongated face there indicating a snout or anything like that. We definitely know that Boris has a snout. We've seen it in the cartoon at the beginning of this trailer. We've seen that at the end of chapter 2 when he sees us. All the promotional art of his posters. Look, see there, I got a poster of him, dang it. It's got a long snout. That must be Alice. It's gotta be. We can kind of see her horns there. And it looks like there's hair here. She has shoulder length hair though? From the poster that we originally saw of her, it looks like she should have shoulder length hair. And that doesn't really look like shoulder length hair. That's the problem. Unless, because they did blur this, guys, you can clearly see that the Meatly, whoever made this trailer, blurred this. Because look how clear it looks there. And then the next frame, it's completely mushed. And because of that, I think that's kind of deceiving what we're actually seeing right now. So if we put that into consideration, because it's still blurred here, look how blurry it is. And not only because I zoomed in, of course it's going to get a little more blurry because we zoomed in here. You can actually see they blurred it out, man. Like, they obviously did that on purpose. Look at it. Look, it's so much more clearer there. Next frame, blurred out. So much more clearer there. Next frame, blurred out. I just got to repeat myself, guys, because it's true. And it's got to be Alice. She's got that roundish head you could expect. Although it's from the side, you can kind of see that roundish head she may have. She has that, like, almost hourglass figure body here. Like, she literally is an hourglass. Her body literally is an hourglass. You can imagine that would be very old school cartoon style, how they would draw women and things like that. You can see it right there. And then this is really interesting. There's her feet there. Could be her like Minnie Mouse like shoe or something. There's her leg. And there you can see the indication of her skirt. Initially, when I look back at this after doing the reaction video, I thought this was Boris. I thought this was Boris's tail. But no, there's more indents of it indicating that it is a skirt. So I really do believe, like, I'm 99% sure this is Alice. And I could still be wrong. That's the thing. I could be utterly wrong about this. But I really do think that's Alice. So we're going to continue on here. That's probably like the thing I could talk about for hours, guys, honestly. But I'm going to try cut that short there. Basically, I think that's Bendy and then Alice chasing Bendy. Why is Alice chasing Bendy? He's probably, again, up to no good, guys. He is the mischievous devil, after all, so he's probably done something there. Okay, so we're continuing on. It does say, who's laughing now, yet again. So, whoever writ that has written it multiple times throughout the studio, which is weird. So many Bendy cutouts, too. Seems like they're watching us. And there was a really cool theory in the comment section of the last video, our reaction video, guys. Someone did say that the Bendys could be some sort of camera. Don't know who's watching from these Bendy cutouts, but they could be kind of like a camera that someone is watching us. So through the eyes of the Bendy cutout, someone in some room somewhere of this establishment is watching us. I'm not sure if I entirely agree with that theory. I think there is some paranormal activity to actually be had in this establishment, but I do think that is a really cool thing to speculate about, how, like I said, someone said that there could be somewhat of like a CCTV camera, how someone's watching you from the Bendy cutouts or something like that. But that's really cool. Okay, so we're continuing on here. And yeah, I didn't kind of notice this before. But if you guys could see, we're going to zoom right into, we're going to get all that zoomage right now. The figures that we were talking about a moment ago are continuing their chase on this upper level here. Where are they going? Who knows? But they are continuing the chase there. We can see them right there. I mean, I've tried brightening up this, oh, there we go. That's actually a little bit better. I have tried brightening and changing saturation and contrast in this trailer, but I don't think I've found anything significant. But we'll go through it like this for now. But there's two figures again, probably the same figures we saw a moment ago, looking at that right hole there. So could be Bendy and Alice once again. And then we also see, if you can just make that out, a Bendy face. Why is that there? I'm not sure. If you guys remember from chapter 2 where we went into, I think it was the musical room, there was a top level there where we had to turn on the film reel and then play the certain instruments. Once you exited that room from the film reel that you had to turn on, there was this massive Bendy sort of head cowl thing. Maybe it's something like that. So probably nothing significant, but still very creepy stuff to be had there, guys. So yeah, the two figures are once again chasing each other up there. Dang, I want to get my hands on this game so badly, guys. Like, what the balls are they doing? Okay, and then we continue on here. I talked about this in the reaction as well, but we have Alice Angel's Little Miracle Station. I have a little theory that these may be placed around the establishment. Like, they actually will be, there will be more of them placed around in the establishment for us to go and actually stay in. Kind of like in Hello Neighbor, where you go into the neighbor's cupboards and then he can't get you. So while Bendy's on the chase, we go into these things, and if he doesn't see us go into it, of course, we will be safe there, and we will be in hiding from wherever the boss wants to get us. So that's kind of my little theory on it. Someone said in the comment section that is an elevator, but I honestly don't think so, unless it's some secret kind of elevator, it turns into one, then maybe. But from the looks of it, as Henry, or whoever the boss we are currently, I'm guessing it is Henry, of course, opens it, you can straight away see there's just a seat there for you to sit down on. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be an elevator or anything. We literally go in there, and yeah, we poop ourselves from Bendy chasing us down. What I found interesting here, right here, I got the frame perfectly there. There's a shadow here. And you may think it's a shadow from Bendy, and it could possibly be a shadow from Bendy, just a lighting or whatever. But if we go a frame back, there's no shadow. And there's no shadow here either. And we go back again, there's no other shadows. So that's weird. Could be a coincidence. It could be the lighting yet again, because he is getting just real close there and right up to the screen, right up to the lighting. So it just could be a shadow cast by Bendy there due to the lighting or whatever. But what if it's something else? Like maybe Alice is doing something there. Again, wacky theories, wacky thoughts, guys. This is what this video is all about here. But yeah, it could be Alice doing something. We are in her little miracle station. I don't know, but we're going to kind of end it here, guys. Let's just go through this last little bit because we do hear, of course, Alice Angel Bay singing away, signifying that, of course, she's going to be a huge importance in Chapter 3. But anyway, guys, we are going to end it here, September 2017. I'm going to be there, guys. Are you? I sure yeah, gonna end it here. If you guys agreed with anything, let me know in the comment section down below. If you disagreed with anything, let me know in the comment section down below. Or if you just have your own wacky theories and thoughts, then definitely let me know in the comment section down below. Just a fun little video to be had here, guys, because I had so much more that I wanted to talk about that I didn't actually talk about in that first reaction video. So yeah, I'm not gonna do any more videos on this unless there's some crazy teaser images or some sort of revolution we find out. I don't know. But yeah, enough of the jibber jabber, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button. But most importantly, thank you for watching today. And I'll see you in the next one.